I feel as though we overthink the process way too much. And I think it's because maybe it's been drilled down in our minds how important it is. So you put a lot of weight on networking, and the more you overthink, the less you are who you are, like authentically.
I'm Sharonice. I am a singer and a keyboard or piano player and an aspiring music teacher. I'm trying to break into that world. But yeah, I'm also a music student. And before I was all of that, I was a nurse. I actually am still a nurse. So I graduated from nursing at BIS and I studied it for so many years. And I've been working as a nurse ever since. But now I'm like trying to transition into the music space and into the entertainment industry. So yeah, that's like in a nutshell who I am.
My name is Be.ntle. My ID name is Be.ntle. I am also a music student and I am aspiring to be a musician, songwriter, singer, vocalist, And before this, I was studying two different things. I changed my mind a lot in life. I started off by studying biological sciences at UP, and then I went into BCom law, and those two things did not work out, and so I'm here now. Yeah, that's me.
My name is Mohau Kamela. I go by Mohau, yes. And yeah, I'm a music student majoring in vocals. What I was doing before this music thing was live performance. So I started at this music school and we're doing like a BA in motion pictures and live performance. Then because I didn't want to act, because I realized I was like, acting. And yet I wanted to do live performance, just not acting. So I went into engineering. Then I did that, graduated that. Still wasn't for me. I didn't like being in the background. And then now I'm at this music school, majoring in vocals. I'm a singer, songwriter, rapper, and poet. Yeah. So that's me right now. I'm hoping to be this beast in this industry.
I think one of the first main differences is that, like with health, in the health profession, it's streamlined. You go to university or to college, and straight out of that you go into a job. And a lot of the times you don't apply for a job by going into like someone's office and sitting down. Your first job is like almost always you apply online, and then from there the selection process goes out. So it's like very streamlined. There's minimal networking happening because you just know where you're gonna end up. Whereas in the entertainment industry or in music, it's all about who you know, and your job will come from them. It's not necessarily that I'll apply at a company and get a job there. Sometimes like someone on my screen could be the one that's going to give me a job. And it's all about, I need to talk to them to get into this, to do that. And I think that's like one of the major differences for me. I think that it's not like simple. It's simple, but it's not simple. It's who you know, what you know, when you know them, where you met them, how they're feeling that day. And a lot of the times, I think in health, it's not like that. You drop your CV off and you get picked up and you're in it. You sort of know your path. Whereas also in music, your path can change anytime. So I find, those are the differences that I found.
Okay, with me, I forgot to mention this in my elevator page, but so I have a background in like pageantry, right, and modeling. So for me, I went to study the BA for motion pictures and live performance, and it's like entertainment. It's the same thing I'm doing now. Just I never got to actively like go out and do it. Then the engineering, I did some interning there. I think it's like you, Sharonice, where you said you need to apply actually to production houses and stuff, radio stations, depending on what you majored in. I did broadcasting. So yeah, I found myself having to apply, and also it was really hard to break into that space because the male dominated industry. So I had to start interning at like radio stations. You gotta build, your way up. So yeah, that's how I started. I started interning at radio stations. And then I realized that, you need to network. Networking there meant it was tricky because there's a thin line between working with someone and feeling comfortable enough, to approach them about jobs and gigs and stuff. Whereas now, it's being a vocalist now is more relaxed. People open up to you automatically. Whereas as an engineer, people are like, where have you worked? What have you done? Even if you've got like references, they don't care about that. It's more about what you can do, who you know at the same time. And if you don't have connects, you might as well be sitting at home, so it's the same. You really do need to network as a vocalist and as an engineer. But with engineering, you can find a job. It just is the right timing. If they need someone, if you fit the job description, then you in. But if not, you don't know nobody, no one's gonna have your back like that. It's like, okay.
I like how you said, like, if you fit the job description, you're in. And this is like a vocalist. If I sing, if they like my voice, I'm in. But me, if I'm good at my job, that's all that needs to, I don't know, if my CV looks great, then I'm in. Not, oh, your CV looks great, but how does your voice sound? How does this,
There's so much attached to being an artist or being a musician, especially if you're like the frontline singer or rapper, brand imaging and all those things coming with that, which is kind of tough, because now you have to figure out like how you're gonna seem sort of presentable, likable, acceptable to the people who give you money, the people who listen to you, the audience, right? But also for me, I feel the big difference, I know I didn't work because I didn't finish the 2 degrees that I was studying before. So I didn't have the opportunity to go apply, but I did know that sticking to those courses, I'd have to eventually go the next step, which is either master's, honors, whatever, and, applying. And that was just basically the normal route, right? But now I find myself sort of not knowing what the route is. Like, it literally depends on where I am, who I know, who am I saying, hey, I'm interested in this, or who's knowing that I'm hungry for something, what I can offer to people. It really doesn't have to do with my voice as much as what else can I come with on top of my voice, or on top of my ideas or my songwriting. It really, I think a lot of the music industry is right time, right place, right people. And that's like major difference. Networking, I mean, I don't think you depend on networking in other industries as deeply as you do in the entertainment industry.
I just felt like you can be in a place where you with people in the same industry as you, trying to network. And the one thing that I found really, really intimidating was breaking the ice, because as an artist, you're artists, so we're sensitive about what we do, and who we show ourselves to. Now imagine approaching like a manager who's like way out of your league, and they're like, you need that. You know what I'm saying? So breaking the ice for me was that, because I am an extrovert, but like I'm sensitive. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists are. So breaking the ice for me, just saying hi, I am this, not sounding like you begging, and not sounding like you just like annoying. That's one of my biggest difficulties in networking.
For me, it's the confidence, like actually walking up to someone and knowing that I have something, I am me, hello, good to meet me, and it's not like that, because you get so intimidated by these people who've been in the industry for 5+ years, these people who are in places, and you're like, wow, these people are going to think I'm like this small thing. And sometimes I've realized it's really not like that. Like, they just see you as another creative and interested to know who you are. But for me, it's having the confidence to even step up and say, this is me, I'm here, I exist. That's a very difficult thing for me still till this day.
I agree with that. I think for me, it's like also the confidence and finding a thin line between nagging someone and also just showing who I am, but also like transitioning from a person in the audience and a person who's watching a show to actually being a musician and sort of knowing that actually this person wants to work with me. It's not always that I'm coming across as annoying and nagging and all of that. And I think I've also like sometimes I think I might go up to someone and start talking, but then I'm going to talk about completely unrelated stuff and not about who I am as a musician. And I find confidence in other things that I do, and I sort of downplay the fact that I'm a musician and that I'm a singer, and I downplay it. So I think it also goes with confidence, but I don't have a plan going into networking. I don't have a reason why someone should stand there with me and talk with me. You know, it's always like, oh no, I'm just a fan. You know, it's not like you can actually benefit from knowing me. You know, I think that's a difficulty I find.
Can I just add another one? Rejection. I think what makes us nervous is just the thought of being rejected. You know, also that's one thing, because you're already intimidated. You're already, like Sharonice said, you're downplaying your art, your craft, you know, who you are as an artist, you know, you already have this thing thought out, and you're like, okay, I'm panicking, I have anxiety, like I get really bad anxiety sometimes, you know, which is weird because I'm an extrovert in real life, but when it comes to networking, it's like, shoot your shot, you've got 30 seconds, show me who you are, and you're like, damn. Most of the time you stumble, and the rejection part of it is so sad.
I feel as though we overthink the process way too much. And I think it's because maybe it's been drilled down in our minds how important it is. So you put a lot of weight on networking, and the more you overthink, the less you are who you are, like authentically. Now, you know, we hear a lot that we should be authentic with the networks, like it should happen naturally and organically, but also you overthink how important it is for me to know this person. Surely later on in life I will need this person, or they'll need me, or something, you know. And overthinking it spoils everything.
Yeah, unnecessary pressure on ourselves, that's what we do, you know, and sometimes it works out great. You know, that's what I've realized. And these people are actually happy to meet you. You'd be like, why do they need me? You know, I'm just some random person, probably asking for the same shot that 50 other people asked for today, you know, and they open up to you. You know, sometimes it does actually work out. And when it does, it's a beautiful thing.
Have had maybe one person or two people who have connected me to extra information and other people who have the information, and that's where the opportunities are coming from for me.
And my first performance, that's how I got my first performance.
So that when you show up, you know, you show up as you're not diminishing who you are, diminishing your craft or your talent or your skills.
Because you never know, you could be in a taxi and someone could give you, you know, that break.
You know, don't look down on anyone, because anyone can give you an opportunity, and you don't know who they are, who they work with, who they have in their circle.